life will break you. That is not a possibility. It is a certainty. The question is not if you'll face betrayal, failure, or loss. The question is whether you'll shatter, or whether you'll stand unbroken. Most people spend their lives running from hardship, clinging to comfort, begging for validation. And in doing so, they make themselves fragile, like glass waiting to crack under the slightest pressure. But there is another path. The Stoics knew it. Marcus Aurelius wrote in the darkness of war, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength is not given to you. It is carved from pain, hammered by discipline and tested by the storms you survive. To become mentally unbreakable, you must step into fire willingly. You must stop chasing approval, stop begging for rescue, and stop explaining yourself to a world that doesn't care. The world is indifferent. That indifference is not your enemy. It is your liberation. These are the 7 Stoic rules, ancient laws that will strip away your weakness and forge you into steel. Listen carefully, apply them ruthlessly, and watch yourself become unshakable. Picture this: a man standing in the ruins of his life. His business failed. His partner betrayed him. Friends he thought were loyal disappeared the moment the money dried up. Nights are spent staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake, every word, every wrong turn. His chest feels like a battlefield of regret and panic. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't eat. He's trapped in the cage of his own thoughts, overthinking, overanalyzing, begging the universe for a way out. This is where most people collapse. They numb themselves with distraction, drown themselves in noise, and hope the world will eventually throw them a rope. But the rope never comes. The world does not care. Now imagine the same man, but with a different mindset. Instead of asking, "Why me?" he says, "Why not me?" Instead of collapsing, he treats the storm as training. Every betrayal becomes fuel. Every sleepless night becomes a reminder strength is being built. He stops explaining, stops begging, stops chasing. He begins walking forward, one deliberate step at a time, toward rebuilding, toward mastery, toward unbreakable resolve. This is not fantasy. It is reality for anyone willing to adopt the Stoic laws. The man who accepts the world's indifference becomes free. The man who stops resisting his trials becomes powerful. As Epictetus declared, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. The difference between the broken man and the unbreakable man is not luck. It's mindset. Overthinking is the disease of the weak mind. It is the endless circling of what-ifs, the endless replay of what cannot be changed. And it is here that Stoicism becomes a weapon, not a theory, not an abstract philosophy, but a blade forged for survival. The Stoics taught a single principle that crushes overthinking at its root. Control only what is within your power, and release everything else. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These are not poetic words, they are a command. The Emperor of Rome carried the weight of armies, betrayal, and plague. Yet he reminded himself daily, "My mind is mine, the rest belongs to fate." Seneca sharpened this truth further. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Overthinking is nothing more than self-inflicted torture. Scenarios we invent, suffer from, and repeat like addicts. The Stoic answer is ruthless. Confront reality as it is, not as your fears paint it. Act with clarity, or remain a prisoner of ghosts. Epictetus, born a slave and crippled in body, carried the hardest lesson of all. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is the executioner's blow against self-pity. A man may lose his wealth, his health, even his freedom, yet if he guards his judgment, he is unbreakable. The pattern is clear. The Stoics were not men of comfort. They were men forged in fire. They lived in a brutal world of betrayal, exile, war, and death. And yet their words carry no despair, only power. Why? Because they refused to waste themselves on the uncontrollable. Their mental fortress, the inner citadel, was built by focusing only on what could not be taken: their perception, their choices, their will. The anxious mind asks, "What will they think of me?" The stoic mind answers, "Their thoughts are not mine." The restless mind worries, "What if I fail?" The stoic mind replies, "Then I fail with courage, not with cowardice." The fearful mind clings, "What if I lose everything?" The stoic laughs, "Then I begin again, stronger." This is the shift. Overthinking dies the moment you accept the indifference of the world and the sovereignty of your mind. The Stoics teach us this iron law: you are not free when life is easy. You are free when nothing can shake you. Stop overthinking. Stop begging for validation. Stop apologizing for your presence. Mental unbreakability is not an idea, it is action. Here are 7 ruthless Stoic tactics to forge your mind into steel. 1. Control only what you can. Every second you worry about the uncontrollable is a second wasted. Focus on your thoughts, your choices, your effort. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Act on what is yours. Let the rest fall away. 2. Embrace voluntary hardship. Pain is a teacher, discomfort a sculptor. Train your mind daily with small challenges: cold showers, fasting, tough workouts. Seneca reminds us, "Fire tests gold, adversity tests men." The more you endure voluntarily, the less you fear life's chaos. 3. Silence the need for approval. Your worth is not voted on by the world. Stop performing. Stop explaining. Epictetus commanded, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." When the mind is free from others' judgment, overthinking evaporates. 4. Practice deliberate reflection. Every evening, confront your choices and actions. What did you control well? Where did you falter? This is not self-flagellation. It is sharpening your judgment. Marcus Aurelius journaled nightly to strengthen the mind. You can do the same. 5. Anchor in purpose. Know your mission, your values, your unshakable principles. Fear and doubt cannot reach a man who walks with clarity. Let every decision pass through your moral compass. Indecision dies when you act from core values. 6. Visualize obstacles, not outcomes. The mind falters when it clings to idealized futures. Imagine the worst case, accept it, then act. Seneca's advice: we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Pre-arm your mind, then move without hesitation. 7. Daily exposure to mortality. Meditate on life's brevity. Each day is borrowed. Epictetus: keep death and exile before your eyes daily. When the mind realizes time is finite, trivial worries, overthinking, and indecision fall away. Power emerges from relentless practice. These 7 laws are not optional, they are survival. Apply them ruthlessly. Silence the noise. Strengthen the fortress within. Watch the anxious, indecisive mind transform into unshakable steel. Look at yourself in the mirror. The person staring back is the battlefield. Every worry, every doubt, every sleepless night, they are not signs of weakness. They are the raw material of strength. Overthinking is not a curse. It is your training ground. And now, you have the Stoic laws to turn it into mastery. The world does not care. Your critics, your failures, your fears, they are indifferent. This is your liberation. Because when you stop seeking approval, stop explaining yourself, stop chasing validation, you step into the arena of power. You forge a mind that no circumstance can shake. A mind that responds with clarity, courage, and relentless purpose. Remember Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Remember Seneca. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Remember Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. These are not suggestions. They are commands, etched into the spine of every Stoic warrior. So rise, apply the 7 laws, Build your fortress. Step out into the chaos of the world, unbroken, unafraid, unstoppable. If you want more tools to forge the unshakable mind, if you want cinematic, unapologetic Stoic strategies delivered directly to you, subscribe to Timeless Stoic Mind. Like, comment, share. Join the legion of those who refuse to be moved by circumstance, who convert pain into power, anxiety into action, chaos into clarity. The fortress of your mind is yours to build. Begin now.